a YouTube show full of fun facts you need to know. Carl rings the bell and the members show to the GMP morning show. Featured guests will come and they will blow your mind. The audience will do so in kind. The little vanity mixed with some insanity on the morning show with GMP. Hey, Gumpers.
Hola, bon dia, alegria. Munson here with the Good Morning Portugal show, a live stream and podcast. I need to put a little bit more of a taper on that intro video. Are you liking it? What's going on today? How are you? It is Chill Out Tuesday with a T, or a Tuesday. If life is what we make it, Tuesday is perhaps the most important day of the week where we can choose. We are reminded to choose our experience of life here on planet Earth. And an excellent saying of the day, Portuguese saying of the day, quite a treasury of those over at the Portugal Club. There's the link for them. And Antonio F's offering, this is, I think, 3 days ago. T-Duck started these. Good morning to you, T-Duck, as well. T-Duck started with the Portuguese sayings, and Antonio F has picked them up and run with them. And I really like this one. And these are great for learning Portuguese, of course, the language, and giving you an insight into the Portuguese culture and psychology, or psyche. Enquanto dura, vida é doçura. While it lasts, life is sweet. Enjoy your life, says Antonio Ferreira there, as a little bit of a note to go with that excellent Portuguese saying of the day, where we have many, many others. There are 424 comments in that thread over there at the Portugal Club. Talking of the Portugal Club, just quickly, tonight, join us for the weekly social, online social, every Tuesday evening at 8:30. Let me just take that comment off the screen for a moment so you can see it in all its glory. More chilling out tonight. Chat, chill out, and troubleshoot online every Tuesday evening, 8:30. Mate, why not bring something along that's Portuguese to share? A show and tell, bring a drink, have a chat. Nice and easy does it. And I think Em's going to be there tonight. We've got a little bit of a meeting tonight, haven't we? Yeah, Em, good to see you. Bon dia to you. See you this evening. Quanto, not canto. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you very much. Hoo-ah! Thank you very much to you, James, for your ever present. You're like the little angel or devil on my shoulder. And on this occasion, the devil. It's Quanto, not Conto. Thank you very much. Quanto costo, of course, for example. So yeah, maybe see you tonight, 8:30. James, see you there this evening. Thank you for taking care of business last week and hosting. As I thought I was going to be a little bit late to the meeting, and you were there to take care of business. So thank you very much for that. If you've not joined us, James, perhaps you could tell everybody what it's like to be there from 8:30 on a Tuesday evening. Nice, chill vibes, and quite helpful too. We have a little bit of a go round where if anyone has any needs, questions, we deal with those. And if anybody has anything to share or offer, we can do that. Two, talking of things to share, offer, we have a yurt for sale this morning. Aoife's joining us in a little while, about 1:15. More to say about the earthquake this morning, but Aoife's joining us a little bit later on. And she's got quite the array of yurt pictures, selling a yurt, I believe. Well, somebody is, and I think it's her. Oh, my goodness, yeah. And that awful, we were looking for the, this shouldn't be for sale. A little chat with Bobby behind the scenes about this. We've been looking for the perfect pint of Guinness, and this is not it. Would you? Yeah, just a cottage pie in the Guinness glass for me, please. I know it's not very Portuguese, but we have had a little bit of a feature on. What is that in the background? Is that a tiny octopus behind the pint of Guinness there? Some nice broccoli in the front there. What are those little mini broccoli stalks called? Have they got a special name? But anyway, the very young broccoli. Do like that, gently steamed and seasoned. But a cottage pie in a Guinness glass, Mr. O'Reilly not entirely happy about that. Okay, so let's get rid of that and come back to yurts and Aoife a little bit later on. Before we talk about anything else, I think talk is continuing, certainly over trending on X, formerly Twitter, is the Portuguese earthquake. We took quite a light-hearted view of it yesterday when we began to speak of it. And I guess a lot of that is relief, is it not, that everything was all well and good? Let me again take the comment off the screen so that you can see the top 10 that's trending in Portugal. Still this morning, over 24 hours later after the earthquake, which in Portugal is in Portuguese terremoto or sismo. Sismo, the number one, with nearly 14,000 posts. Lisboa in relation to the earthquake. Senti as in felt. Did you feel it? As a hashtag. Sinhas, the epicenter. IPMA, where you can go and let the boffins know what your experience was of the earthquake. And terremoto, of course, which is a great word, isn't it? Terremoto. Sven Goran Eriksson, RIP, nothing to do with the earthquake, trending at number 7. But because Portugal is a big football country, Eriksson being observed and respected and remembered there. Richter, I think that's an earthquake reference, is it not? At number 8. And Oasis, hold on, if I take the banner away, it looks like 7 or 8 out of 10 of the trends. Yeah, 7, I would say. Because Oasis are in there at number 9. Is Oasis? There was talk of Oasis reforming to tour or to play again. Is that good or bad news? I think their heyday was in the 90s, which seemed to me to be quite a rehash of the 60s in many ways. It's not a big deal to me that Oasis are reforming. Is it to you? Talking of music as well, Ron Rogers in Porto, of course, has a new tune out. And Real Time Religion. I'm looking forward to playing that, and I put together a few images to go with his new tune, such that he might let me, celebrate Porto and also his music. And I'm in conversation with Ron about that. A great tune, and I've made a montage of images that relate to what I think is the content of the music and some lovely scenes from Porto, done in quite a moody style. So I'll see if I can get permission from Ron to play that. So music to come from our Portuguese point of interest and one of our great musicians that lives among us here in Portugal, Ron Rogers. So Portuguese point of interest this week is Portugal. We've got a Portuguese property of the week. This is what you'll have seen in the new intro. Do you like the new intro, or were you too late for it? Go Motoring Portugal Car of the Week, as chosen by Colin. I think we'll play that new video later on today as well. And Portuguese Treat of the Week, which we discovered yesterday, was the Pastel de Nata, the classic. We had to start there with Portuguese Treat of the Week. But the question remains, canela, sim or no, now or ill? So the health benefits of canela are well observed, researched and noted, but do you sprinkle on your Pastel de Nata? No euphemism intended right there. Let's go and see who's here with us this morning in the comments. Morning! Broccolinos, broccoli spears, maybe. Is that what they're called as well? But that sounds too much like Britney Spears, doesn't it? Broccolinos are the little ones. They've got another word, haven't they? There's another word for those little young broccoli stalks, which are very nice indeed. Bon dia Gumpers from Jackie. And on a Tuesday evening, it's cool meeting people, says M, and chill is a one-word review of what we do on a Tuesday evening. And we're doing that this Tuesday morning as well. So chilled is it, in fact, on Chill Out Tuesday that Marion, Gere, and Sarah are not even here. They're so chilled. They're not even here for Chill Out Tuesday. They're so relaxed this morning. They'll be back next month for various reasons, not here this morning. Marion, August is a funny month, as we know, nearly finished with the silly season, and the how drastically Portugal changes in August. Only a few more days of August to go. Yep, only a few more days of August to go, and we'll be into September next week, of course. And I hope Sarah had a very happy birthday yesterday. Sarah Davey of Spartan FX. It was her birthday yesterday, and a significant one too. So I hope you had a fabulous time, Sarah. Sorry not to be seeing you this morning, but completely understand that you might have a massive hangover this morning. Let's go back to the beginning of the chat at 7:45 this morning. Bom dia a todos e feliz terça-feira. Como estão? Back to training and coaching today, says the coach. And the weather looks perfect over there in the UK. Warm, but not too hot. What are you guys all up to this morning? Maybe some of this. God Squad tip of the day then. Hoo-ah! James mentioned the risks to knees of doing deep squats, and he's right. Like all exercises, you have to build up to them slowly by doing what By doing that, you will develop the necessary muscles. Yeah, and look after your precious body as well. They will help to support the joints to allow for larger ranges of movement. Who doesn't like a large range of movement first thing in the morning? Of course, if you do you write that, do you write these with me in mind saying that, Coach T? I suspect you do by now. Of course, if you have specific issues, then we've all got specific issues, Coach. We've got to this age, not without our specific issues. Then you will need to work around them. You should also talk to your doctor. Good luck with that for various reasons. So don't be scared to try. He's got to say that, hasn't he? He's got to say, speak to your doctor. So don't be scared to try particular exercises, but start gently. We like a gentle start first thing in the morning. It just reminded me, you talking of bending the knees. Was it a Benny Hill sketch? Bend the knees, bend the knees. And a bon dia to you early doors this morning. T-Duck was in at 8:55 before the show began. Bon dia alegria gumpers. And of course, James. How's it going, old guy in Europe? The OG in Europe. Bon dia gumpers. Feliz terça a todos. Como está a correr o vosso dia? Basically, how are you? Bon dia from Anjo Ernesto de Lima do Norte. Bon dia alegria Portugal. And look, Anna's here as well. Sweden, Portugal. Bon dia todos. How's it going? Oh yeah, and more on the earthquake. By the way, now did I load up the picture? Oh, it's not a picture. It's a video that I wanted to tell you about and dwell for a moment on the effect that the earthquake has had on people, because we took a light-hearted view yesterday. That's how we roll here, isn't it? And some people have been taking it very seriously and been quite worried about it. And if you are one of those people, if it's triggered your anxiety, don't forget Share and Care are available to you. That's and if you need to talk it through with anybody, if it's brought up difficulties for you about, maybe even your mortality, because some people, let me just play this video for you. Some people have taken the earthquake as a sign very seriously. Now, yes, what was going on there? Shall I play that one more time and then explain? Now, what you'll have seen is that it's snoring, by the way, in case your attention was grabbed by the sound effect there. That little Twitter video montage was put together because I think I saw a few little bits and pieces on X of people taking an apocalyptic view of the earthquake. And let's get down to business on this, because some say we're due another 1755 magnitude earthquake here in Portugal. Now, I guess if you're a seismologist, you would have to say that, wouldn't you? Like, well, that's how earthquakes work. There's probably going to be another one. There have been significant earthquakes in the past, and there may well be another one. Some say one is due. Wonder what the bandwidth is for that. I wonder what they mean. And of course, they're not very good at predicting these things, are they? Why would they be? And I guess they're just observing seismic activity, looking for patterns. You might know something about this that you may wish to share with us in the chat this morning. So we're due another one, apparently, here in Portugal. And yesterday did prompt people pointing at each other at various levels of society. The government, I think some government officials were all over it and say, yes, this is a little test of our preparedness. It turns out that I think less than 1 in 5 homes are insured for earthquakes, and maybe it's not that easy. Next time we speak to Nuno, we can ask Nuno how easy it is to get earthquake insurance. But I suspect if there's a massive earthquake, the insurance industry is going to be overwhelmed, as is everything else in society. So what do you think about that? Is it just a triggering of our general death urge? Which brings us back, of course, to Antonio F's excellent submission, most recent submission in the Portuguese sayings of the day. Maybe it's a little reminder of our mortality and how precarious and fragile life is. While it lasts, life is sweet. So make sure you enjoy it. And in that little montage, you may have seen, and I don't know if you agree with the people who are getting apocalyptic about this, that some people had put together the comet that we saw recently flying over Portugal. Yes, over Portugal mainly, right? Or it flew over the whole world, I guess, in a sense, but it was very visible here in Portugal. And there's that wonderful clip, isn't there, of a girl setting up a selfie video. She's looking into the camera or talking to the camera, and the comet flies over her head, and the look on her face is fabulous. And then there's the availability or the visibility of the aurora borealis here in Portugal, which is not very common. Anna's better place to see that up there in Sweden, of course, but it has been observed here unusually here in Portugal, taken as another sign of what I don't know exactly, but this we're in the fourth turning, everybody, and there's something in the air, is there not? And then the earthquake, and I saw a lady being interviewed on one of the Portuguese TV channels, and another woman just butted in and said, "It's the second coming. Christ is Lord," and these are just signs of the good Lord's return to the earth. So let me know what it means to you. What impact the earth? I mean, yes, sorry, poor choice of words, but I think generally as a community we've taken it quite lightly, and of course we were calmed by James yesterday, who's experienced many tremors and earthquakes coming from California, and people who come from cultures with earthquakes are quite used to it and would have taken it in their stride yesterday. But others quite unsettled, literally unsettled by the earthquake and its aftermath. I lay in bed after Mrs. M told me about it in a euphoric state. I don't know what was going on for me particularly. I mean, sleep deprivation was definitely part of it, because I'd only just gone to bed at about 5 o'clock yesterday morning. But I didn't think to myself, oh my God, let's get in the wardrobe or under a table. That wasn't on my mind at all. It was, oh, we've just had an earthquake, have we? Oh, that's how I responded, perhaps quite foolishly, as it turns out. Right, what's going on in the chat? Shake that like button. Thank you very much, T-Duck. Hold on a minute. When it comes to earthquakes, it is far greater to have many and frequent tiny ones over time than none. Yes, absolutely. I guess that's like life itself, isn't it? How you build resilience is by dealing with a steady stream of interruptions and challenges and difficulties, rather than just the occasional massive impact or T-boning in your life. So yes, some more wise words there from the OG in Europe. Thank you very much for that. Okay, but before we have Aoife join us, I'm going to play you a little bit of a video of our Portuguese place of interest, as mentioned before. This is Porto that we're talking about, and we're featuring Porto this week. Oh, this is Porto, I believe. That's Matosinhos, just outside, or it's part of the greater Porto metropolitan district. And those two naughty girls on a tram there, that's up there. And I have some vintage video from 1995 in anticipation of Aoife joining us. The Ford Impact, was that really the name of a car? The Ford Impact was not very successful. Oh my goodness! I don't know why I suddenly thought of that. But I was listening to a live stream recording this morning from one of my favorites, who was talking about you. I think it's probably because you and your connection and fascination with science, James. But apparently, he watched this. The speaker I was listening to was talking about things that science can't explain: sleep, fingerprints, and something else. But that's enough to be going on with, isn't it? We haven't figured out why we sleep yet. And we do a lot of it, don't we? And we don't know why we've got fingerprints. There were many. Oh, and the placebo effect. Isn't that fabulous? And we may talk about that, of course, with Aoife in just a moment. Bon dia to you, Pam. How you doing? I hope you had a lovely day yesterday. It was your birthday, of course, yesterday. And the Naunu, good morning to you, the Naunu. Earthquakes, we tend to see you, don't we, on a Thursday evening for the Expats Portugal webinar. And step by step to renting is this Thursday 7:30, and the Dream Team at 9, where we sometimes see you, the Nano. Earthquakes are common in India. Probably that's why I have PTSD from it, and I wake up in the middle of the night shouting earthquake. My goodness, is that what you do? Apparently I was talking in my sleep and laughing in my sleep. In fact, I had one of those, and now I mention it and remember, I had one of those situations where I was laughing so much in my sleep, I woke myself up. I love it when that happens. How do you want to die or get maimed? The Porto, in reference to the Porto metro. They're not really trams, are they? They're metro trains, aren't they? Overground metro trains. Cats. Science doesn't understand cats. Oh, that's right. And how swallows and pigeons can get home to a specific place somewhere else in the world. Humans can't do that. We can't do that, can we? Okay, Aoife, after this next video, hope for the best, plan for the worst, need to be prepared. Well said, Mike and Karen. That's the man from the emergency services talking there with a bon dia gumper. So a quick look at Porto back in 1995, and there will be with Aoife, who wants to flog us a year, I think, is telling us about a festival. And I want to take you to Quinta Alma in the Alvaiazere today on the Chill Out Tuesday. Anyway, back in the time machine to Porto, circa 95. That's a rather sudden ending, which I wasn't expecting there. But the clothes, the look of that is fantastic, isn't it? Porto in 1995. The hair, the clothes, it's like Top Gun. I don't know what the tune was. The tune was fabulous, and maybe somebody will recognise that and tell us what it is. However, big round of applause. Let's bring her onto the screen. Aoife Brewster, everybody, author of The Art of Unwinding, joining us live from Central Portugal. How are you this morning, Aoife?
Hi, good morning, Carl. Fantastic. Yeah, it's lovely to be back. Thank you.
Fantastic. I'm so pleased. What's your secret?
Pardon?
What's your secret that you're able to say fantastic?
Lots of work in the garden, maybe. The vegetables are going well. So there's a lot of harvesting in the garden, spending lots of time in the garden. Looking forward to being able to strim again soon.
Like we did last summer. Okay, right. Strim again. And now, are you in the garden more because you've made a great big space having taken the yurt down? Because you want to tell us about your yurt, don't you? And let's see if we can find a buyer for it this morning.
Yeah, we experimented with yurts because we've got 9,000 square meters of land. Right. And they're 3-meter yurts. We had workaway in one of the yurts last year. Yeah. And we've just decided they're not really for us. We're actually going to go for caravans. Oh, you can see a caravan in the back there. So we've got two caravans now, and we've decided they're better for us for what our needs are really.
It's quite hilly.
So yeah, they're a bargain. I've been told they're a bargain.
Okay, so it sounds like you got more than one of them. It looks quite hilly there, or that's maybe a jauntily angled photograph. Should we build a yurt together then? So is that the beginning of a yurt, or is that something entirely different that we're looking at there? Is that a sign to?
So when you the yurts have a hole in the middle, and that goes over the hole in the middle. Yeah, that's
there it is.
So that goes
there's a silhouette of it. Okay. Yeah. Do you know, the first time I came to Portugal, I stayed in a yurt and absolutely loved it in central Portugal near Tabua. That's what it looks like when it's fully erected. And it's on a base there. You're off the ground, aren't you? Is that the camper van version of it?
No. So that's the you get lining with it. That's the insulation we bought with it. My husband's made a really nice wooden door for one of them. One of them's ready to go. It just needs a little bit of work on the poles. So yeah, my husband's a carpenter. And then the other one needs a few little bits and pieces doing to it. So we have a lovely guy up near Tabor actually, who came and helped us erect it. He's told us what it's worth, and I can happily give the contact for him to come help someone put it up who doesn't know what they're doing, like I was. Like that.
Oh, I see. You had to figure it out for yourself, did you? Right. Okay. All right. Well,
no, we got him down, and he's great. And he bought it because he makes yurts, so he bought the lining, put it up for us. And he made the cross piece brand new as well.
Okay, so Quinta for sale in central Portugal, and just that's a quick reminder that when we finished talking this morning, Aoife, I'm going to go to the Alvaiazere, to Quinta Alma, where there's a similar vibe going on. That looks like a big bell tent or similar rather than a yurt. So we'll return to Quinta Alma a little bit later on. But so you got the yurt for sale. How much do you want for your yurts, and how many have you got?
So it's one complete yurt, and then you'd have to make a cross piece and if you want a wooden door on it, you'd have to make a wooden door on the other one, but it has got a tarp door. Okay. So yeah, you've got about one yurt and 2/3. You'd have to do a little bit of work on the other one, but they're €600 or nearest offer.
Well, very good. Okay. Yurts and teepees, not easy to maintain. That's why I let mine go. So in a similar condition, but in the right place. What a lovely experience. And if somebody's thinking of maybe offering a bit of glamping on their land, that would be the ideal experiment, I guess, or starter option for, and that's a great place. Oh, sorry, that's a great price. So 600 euros is a very good price. Okay, very good.
Yeah, no, this is what I've heard. If you like yurts and it really suits what you're doing in your project, it's really good. But our project has changed a little bit. I'm not going to talk about that yet. I'll talk about that maybe in September, October, if that's okay.
Of course it is. Of course it is. So tell us what else is going on in your world and central Portugal. I think we're going to have some fun as well, aren't we? This morning.
How long have I got, Carl? What time are we going to Alma, Quinta Alma?
Oh, well, I mean, we're on for the next 30 minutes. You can stay with me the whole time, and we can have a look at Quinta Alma a little bit later on. But I don't want to cramp your style. I've gone to the trouble of getting a couple of jaffas as per your instructions. I don't know what I'm going to be doing with them. And maybe we could invite everybody else to go grab a couple of tennis balls or spherical objects of some sort. Cue Benny Hill sketch.
Perfect. Yeah, let's give everyone a few minutes to go and get that, and then we'll get ready. And we'll do 15, 20 minutes of mobility and stretching and teach people. I was thinking it'd be really good for you. I'm guessing you're on the computer quite a lot. Yeah.
Well, yes, I am. Yeah. So thank you for thinking.
So we'll do some stuff to open up your chest, Carl. Yeah.
Okay. And my heart chakra. Okay. Very good. Excellent. All right. Let's do that.
Maybe.
You had a place called Suti before we go there. Have you got? Is that your local festival that's happening among all the other crazy things that are going across Portugal at the moment? There's one on your doorstep. Am I right in thinking that SUTI?
Yeah. So it's not on my doorstep. It's a couple of hours up north. It's near Bragança.
Oh, right. Okay. So you'll be traveling to this. What's it all about?
Yeah. We're leaving at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. We're nearly all packed to go. So I am hosting 2 workshops in the children's area, and they will be story massage. So the first workshop is at 3 p.m. on Thursday, and it's an introduction to massage. So it's teaching children about the senses, where they, the sensory receptors in the hands, and a little bit about energy, a little bit of sound therapy, a little bit of acupuncture. They'll do like a leapfrog with each other, so they learn how to massage and the importance of informed touch and permission to touch as well. So they're the kind of. That's the first workshop, and then we have a little break, and my daughter, actually, she's just there. Scroll back up a little bit.
Okay, hold on.
Go up a little bit if you can. That girl there on the. If I'm looking at it, it's on the left-hand side there next to that little girl. That's my teenager. She's 17, and she's doing face painting every day in the kids area.
How lovely. So these are memories from previous festivals that we're looking at here. So we've got camping, probably a year or 2 up there, DJs, all sorts of wonderful things going on. This is sort of place that Nunu will be quite into with his Oh, what do they call it? It's sort of 5 rhythm style dancing. I bet there's a bit of that going on as well.
Yeah, it's very chilled. It's not like boom, like all this trance. It's very hard. I don't really understand the genres of music in that. To be fair,
Right.
it's very nice, ambient. I'd say. I've done massage there the first year, and then I realised that I'd actually really like to just hang out and have a little break.
Well, it looks ideal. The setting looks beautiful. Tell us more about what it's like up there. 'Cause, yeah, forgive me, I thought this was a central Portugal thing, but this is quite far up north, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's on a river beach. So you have the festival on one side, but there's a cafe on the other side. So yeah, obviously they have security and stuff. So yeah, they've got Portuguese cafe on one side. It's not huge. There's a dance area. There's 2 stages. There's the kids area is very big, and the kids area is massive. And it's just I'd say the kids area has the biggest program, to be fair.
Yes, yeah, that's lovely. Some geodesic structures by the look of them, or even more geometrically complicated than that. And music, as you might expect, lots of chilling out and relaxation. Some interesting food, I suspect, as well.
Yes, and I'm quite involved with the core team, and they're all up there now making the structures. They've been up there for about 10 days now, since about the 18th.
Right.
Yeah.
So you mentioned Boom there. I guess this is the sort of chilled out version, an easier going version of Boom, of the legendary and world renowned Boom Festival that's held here in Portugal.
Yeah, and less of an endurance test. Boom is.
Yes, okay, fair enough. Totally understand.
There's lots of nice shade and things like that. I have worked at Boom 3 times as a therapist.
Have you?
It's hard work. Yeah.
Okay. The pictures just go on and on here, but you certainly get a sense of what's available here. Oh, I wanted to have a look at the food particularly here. So there you go. Some nice wood-fired pizza. I suspect, and I'd get a chance to wear my macrame bikini at this event as well. I think, wouldn't I?
Yeah, go wear brown. Brown fits in. That's sort of creamy brown.
Some nice autumnal muted tones.
Exactly.
For this particular event. Well, good luck with that. That sounds lovely, and that's lovely. The work that you're doing there with kids, and the sense of touch and permission as well. All of those things are very useful and necessary conversations that we have from all sorts of points of view, from personal safety and personal well-being.
Exactly. And then so we do that workshop, and then my daughter does face painting, and then in the afternoon we do a number 1 workshop of the actual story massage, where the children learn 10 to 12 different moves depending on how many children I have. Every workshop's slightly different. You don't know who's going to be joining, what age groups, what their level of understanding is. So then they learn 10 moves, and then they make stories and massage each other, and then they can take that home. They can some children are not very literate, so they don't want to make a story. So I have stories pre-made templates for them. Other kids, if they just want to draw, I've got chakra templates, and they can just draw that. And we talk a little bit about chakras and things. Yeah, and then at the very end, which is a bit of a surprise for them this year, I've invested in some sound therapy equipment, let's say, and I'm going to get them down, and they're going to finish off with a little miniature kiddie sound bath. I thought that was nice.
Very good, very good. So I guess this leads us to what we're going to be, or what you're going to be sharing with us about being on the computer. This is great. I mean, getting kids in their bodies, in their senses, is very important, isn't it? I mean, and us adults need it too. And I think it's fair to say quite a lot of your work is about that, isn't it? Is getting people into their body awareness and back into their bodies, and maybe out of their thinking and rational minds and this sort of internet and digital world that we all belong to, and back into reality, or the closest thing we can possibly manage as human beings. So why have I got 2 oranges?
Right. Okay, that will come. Can I just let's just start, and then then they'll come into it. Okay.
Yep.
So I'd love as many of your viewers to join us as can, and maybe. Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're in a quiet space or not. We're online. We're thinking about our aim, have a good intention before you start something. Think, I want to loosen up maybe today. Let's just think really basic here. We're going to loosen up. We're going to create a little bit of space. Close your eyes. Think about your spine, especially around your neck, around your head. Think about every little vertebrae. Think about the space in between, and just kind of have a little check-in with your body. Maybe close your eyes. Feel your feet. Do your feet feel grounded? Feel a slight connection with the earth. Maybe that connection will get a little bit stronger as we go into this. So just really feel a softening in the whole body. And maybe take a big breath with a sigh. And just start slowly moving up your body from your ankles and your feet, from that grounded place. Thinking about a bit of connection from the earth. And then slowly move up your calves. Notice how your calves feel. Is there any bit of tension there? Maybe you need to send that down to the earth. Or maybe you just need to be a little bit aware that you've got a bit of tension there, and we can come back to that later. And slowly move up your knees. How do your knees feel? Do you feel support in your life? Do you feel there's a little tweak there? Just give your knees some love, because your knees are very important. And your feet are very important. People don't give them enough attention, give them enough thanks. You're on your feet every day. And really important to love your feet. Love your feet, like the way they look. It really means a lot to how you feel about yourself, how you feel about your feet. Because they're your support network. And then carry on from the knees. Eyes. Slowly moving into your lower back, around your sacrum area. Do you feel any niggly bits, any bits that just feel a little bit stuck? Feel like you need to jiggle things around? And move up to your abdomen. How's your belly feeling? Are you feeling relaxed? Have you had butterflies in your belly? Can you soften? Can you send anything down to the earth that doesn't serve you? And breathe. When you breathe in, imagine some white light coming in your mouth. And as you breathe out, feel anything coming out down to the earth that doesn't serve you, that you don't need. Do that for 2 or 3 breaths. In with the white light. Pushing out anything you don't need through your feet. That's it. And if you need to, make a little sigh on that out breath. Just to give it that extra little bit of energy. That purpose. And now soften your chest. Feel your heart. Feel how your heart feels. Does your heart feel soft and lovable, or is there some hard, crunchy bits in there that are a bit sad?
Sorry.
Maybe just give it that energy again, and try. Quite often, if you imagine your heart like a lotus flower, and you can imagine the petals on the lotus flower opening and closing. And when they're closed, there's maybe something hidden or something upset or something not quite right. And I invite you to try to open as many petals of your lotus leaf as you can. and spread some light into your heart. And anything that doesn't serve you, send down through your feet to the earth to absorb. That's it. Well done. And come up to your throat. How is your throat? Are you able to say what you need to say? Is your throat balanced? Or is there some stuff you need to get out? Come up to your head. Maybe you want to go down your shoulders. Feel how your arms feel. Soften your shoulders, soften your neck, soften your head. Take a nice deep breath in and out and soften the whole body from the hips. Sit, keep your back straight and supported, but soft at the same time. That's it, you can do that. Now I'd like you to bring yourself to your hips again, but right in the center of your hip, by your sacrum. Your sacrum is the big bone at the back of your lower back. And just imagine, I'd just like you to imagine a red, rosy apple, like from Snow White. And just imagine a spinning wheel. And just get a sense of, is that wheel spinning really fast? Is it really sluggish? Which direction is it going? Okay, now I want you to bring that wheel, that apple, red, rosy apple, to a steady pace, whichever way it's going, whichever direction it's spinning, clockwise or anti-clockwise. And breathe, and this might take a few seconds to bring this spinning ball to a nice tempo, a tempo that's moderate, not racing like the Roadrunner. It's not sluggish like a snail or a turtle. It's just nice, just like a nice stroll. That's it. And then slightly above there, just below your belly button, I now want you to imagine a nice Seville orange. You got that bright orange, and it's another spinning energy center. And I want you to, it's going to be spinning the opposite direction of the red apple. So get a sense of how fast, how slow that's spinning. And just get it to match the same pace, but the opposite direction of the red apple. And give them a few seconds to match up. A couple of breaths. Match their speed so they're in harmony with each other. One isn't racing beyond the other. We need to keep everything in balance in our life. Everything in moderation. Every single thing in moderation, whatever it be. And now I want you to move just above your belly button, below your chest bone. So your solar plexus, just in the center, just below your sternum. And now we're going to have the sunshine, that kind of yellow. And again, I want you to feel the pace of which way your yellow sun is spinning. And you need to have this yellow sun spinning in the same direction as your red ruby apple. And at a very similar pace. So try to match them up. And you'll never forget which way they're going, because it's always red one direction, orange the other, yellow the same as the red. And just feel that, because that will create a softness. It's your solar plexus. So if it's spinning a little bit fast, maybe you've been a little bit nervous, maybe you've been a bit anxious about something. So I just want you to soften. And when you're ready, we're going to move up to your throat chakra. If you feel you want to, you can slightly put your hand just below your clavicle, so around your clavicle area, to give it some extra attention. And now this is like a deep blue, like the deep blue sea color. And now this ball is going to be going the same direction as your orange. So now start to match them up. Feel the energy. Feel they're all starting to move smoothly. And they're all starting to move at the same pace. That's right. Nice. And now we're going to move up to your third eye chakra. And I'd like you to think about the colors violet and indigo. And think about a light opening at that third eye above your eyebrows in the center of your head. And now I just wanted to open up the third chakra, the third eye chakra, before we come back to the heart, because I want you to spend a little bit of time on the heart. So come to the heart chakra, below your neck, above your sternum. And this time we're going to have two colors. We're going to have an emerald green, at the Emerald Isle where I'm from, full of love. Now, through that emerald green, I want you to see speckles of quartz rose, which is like a pinky color. So your heart is just full with green and pink. And it's just emanating out of your heart. And from that heart center, I want you to visualize a figure of 8 in your heart center. It's a flowing 8 in your heart. We're really, really in your heart. We're not going anywhere yet. And I want you to see this figure of 8. That's one continuous figure of 8. Doesn't stop in the middle. Now what I'd like you to do is that figure of 8, change it to water. It's water figure of 8, so it's flowing. That's right. Feel that in your heart. And ask the figure of 8 to help you, right? To come and join us and help us clear whatever it is we need to clear today. Whatever it is, let's ask it to, we need to keep in balance. Okay, now with that figure of 8, I want you to start stretching it. You can really play with this figure of 8. It's water, remember. So you can, I want you to start surrounding these energy centers that we've just gone through, the red, the orange, the yellow, the green, the blue, the indigo, and start seeing each ball surrounded by this 8, figure of 8 water. And it can get bigger. We can have a few 8s within it, like that health spiral. Okay, that flowing energy of the body. And now when you have the 8 and you have the water going around each chakra, each energy center, I want you to imagine again that you have a rod coming out the bottom that's connecting you to the earth. And then the figure of 8 comes around your head and you're connected to the sky, let's say. So you can be open and you can be grounded. And you can take this figure of 8 with you wherever you want, whenever you want. Say, for example, something's a bit sticky, a conversation, something you need to get resolved. Be there with this figure of 8, put it in your heart, connect to the ground, connect to the sky, and ask the 8 to help you. And just see what happens. I'd like you to experiment with this. So for now, I want that to stay with you. And we're going to take a couple of more deep breaths. And be grateful and thank the figure of 8 for coming in with you today, for being here with us, for joining us. And you can keep your eyes closed. What I'd like to do is just bend your neck forward. That's it. And then bring your neck back up. And we're just nice and slowly. And I'd like to say to all your viewers, just while you do maybe 5 forward and back, nice and slowly there, Carl, is that what's really, really important with any of this, obviously you need to monitor yourself because you're at home on your own. You need to stay in a pain-free range. And you need to listen to your body and work nice and slowly, be soft, be gentle with your body. And just think we're just opening up, creating space. Always stay in your comfort. Do something else. And that's it. And then on the next movement, bring your head to neutral. And then I'd like you to look over your right shoulder. Then look over your left shoulder. And just look over your right shoulder. And the mistake a lot of people do is they look down. You're doing great, Carl. That's it. Just looking up a bit, because we're always looking down at our phones or our laptops or our food while we're cooking it and chopping it. That's it. And now, then we're going to go ear to shoulder. These are the movements you have on your neck. And then when you're ready, we'll come back to neutral and we'll get the tennis balls or the oranges.
Just when you thought.
If you imagine your vertebrae are coming along here, you've got these spiny little processes here, okay? So get your two.
I'm just checking I'm still in the same dimension for a minute.
Yeah, that's okay. Just keep your eyes closed and just if you want. So we're going to put one ball or so try and think about, I'd say you need to come back a bit, Carl. So we're going for the spinous processes along the side.
Yeah, got it.
There you go. You'll feel it. And then just gently push in. Gently sink in. See if you can find a tender place. That's it. There you go. Can you find a bit there? Maybe tuck your chin in a bit. Chin down a little bit. That's it. That might be better. You probably feel better there. Yeah, there. Yeah, you'll know it when you get it. That's it. So on both sides, you should have that.
Ooh.
And we're working on the scalenes muscles here. And trigger points are generally nearer to the attachment points. And Carl, another bonus, because I know we're running out of time, is when you're in them spots, they go all the way down the neck. right? And then you can also do this while you're there, gently, very gently, not the shoulders. So see that? You're going like this.
Yes, just go.
No, just gently as you roll down all through the vertebrae.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can do that every day.
I'm loving some of the comments.
Okay, so I just one more and then I'll finish. Giving people a bit of a taster, and I didn't realize how long it went on. Sorry.
No worries.
Can you unbutton your shirt just a little bit, maybe?
Yes.
I would like one hand here, just below your clavicle. Yeah.
Okay.
Really important, and everyone else do that if they can. So just placing one hand there.
Yep.
I want you to take a nice deep breath in, and then just sink your chin down towards your hand. Then pop your other hand on top. Now you've got both hands now on your chest below your clavicle, and just get a sinking downward feeling. Put some pressure on. That's it, and really nice pressure. Now I want you, this is a nice move. This is something you can do every day. And I want you to slowly lift your chin up, but keeping the pressure down with the hands, like this. And really stretch your neck up. That's it. And if you want to, you can move slightly to the left or the right. It's a real, you've got to start feeling your body. Feeling, oh God, it's a bit tight on the left. Or, oh, I'd like to go a bit more to the right. And every now and then you can go down again and put a bit more pressure and then come up. And another top tip is open and close your mouth. Yeah, and then pull up. That's it. That there, you know, do you remember is that the monster and the kids' cartoons? That's a big piece of fascia here that gets tight. So,
Jackie, I don't know what Jackie's up to.
You know?
Oh, blimey.
And then, have I got time to read a tiny little poem?
Yes, of course you have. It will conclude the show very nicely. Could you maybe would you like to do that as a sort of final contribution? Because we've got a few comments that you might want to respond to as well. Good morning to you, João Mendonça. Never sure. Mendonça. Mendonça I'm going to go with. In other words, mindset and love ourselves. Well done, João. Yep. And nice to see you here, Chris, as well. Who doesn't need a good moan in the morning? Yes. I guess it depends on the intention and energy of the moan, doesn't it? Have a good day, João. Have a good and blessed day. Thanks, mate. I'm far too bubbly to meditate because booking hostel in Coimbra for my trip very soon. Okay, Jackie. Maybe squeeze it in later. OMG, just logged in now and saw Carl's face meditating. Priceless. You're very welcome. I feel like I've just arrived to my mum's house when she was my age. Carl looks like he shared my naughty ciggy with a cuppa. Naughty ciggy. I wonder what she's talking about. Is this the third eye Raven from Game of Thrones? Probably. Is it? I don't know. Lord Travanka, what's got Game of Thrones? Aviva, Ocean Dweller. How lovely to do a morning meditation. Well, thank you for joining us, Aviva. And Rui, it's got triggered, I think. I'm getting to the point when I used to say, hey, Mum, listen, I love you, but I can only take so much of this. I'm calm, okay? I've got my motorcycle. I'm 2 feet on the ground. Bye. I'm gone to the beach. And then some bugs. You've eaten the bugs. Thank you, Rui, for popping in. Oh, no. Oh, my, says Barak. Not sure where we are or what we're doing, but Carl, better get a glass for your orange juice. Nothing came out, Barak. You'll be pleased to know, perhaps. And Jackie saying, thank you, Lord Trevor. Never seen it. Rui, Barak, you would laugh a lot knowing what the Portuguese call the third eye. Clue, not in the forehead. We rarely use it to see stuff. It only looks backward. Is that what the Portuguese call the third eye? That's hilarious. I didn't know that. First meditation, now getting naked. Am I in Good Morning Portugal, or have I logged into Good Morning Spain? Maybe why Carl has a grin on his face. What? Talking up my third eye. Hello, good morning, says Liz in Paris, I think. Thank you for this unexpected relaxation treat. You're welcome, Liz. Thank you, Aoife, for doing this. I didn't know it was going to happen, quite honestly. We'll definitely come back to it. I'll make a segment of it so that you can enjoy it at another time. So thank you, Aoife, for doing this morning. I think you lot are now as chilled as me, but I didn't do the meditation. We know your methods, Jackie. So how lovely. Well, yes, we'll save Akin to Alma, do a little bit of a special on them another time, because I think we've reached peak chill, thanks to Aoife, who's going to share with us now a nice poem. Go ahead, Aoife.
Brilliant. Thank you. Playing with balls. So this is a poem that I'm going to read out to the children on Thursday as part of the workshop after their little sound therapy. So, Grandma, how do you deal with pain? With your hands, my dear. When you do it with your mind, the pain hardens even more. With your hands, Grandma. Yes, yes. Our hands are the antennas of our soul. When you move them by sewing, cooking, painting, touching the earth, or sinking it into the earth, they send signals of caring to the deepest part of you, and your soul calms down. This way, she doesn't have to send pain anymore to show it. Are hands really that important, Grandma? Yes, my girl. Thinking of babies, they get to know the world thanks to their touches. When you look at the hands of older people, they tell more about their lives than any other part of the body. Everything that is made by hand, so is said, is made with the heart, because it really is like this. Hands and heart are connected. Masseuses know this. When they touch another person's body with their hands, they create a deep connection. Thinking of lovers, when their hands touch, they love each other in the most sublime way. My hands, Grandma, how long haven't I used them like that? Move them, my girl. Start creating with them, and everything in you will move. The pain will not pass away, but it will be the best masterpiece. And it won't hurt anymore because you managed to embroider your essence. That's a poem by Elena Barnaby. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Bit of Gumper Dust for everybody there. What a splendid Chill Out Tuesday. I wasn't expecting that. And thank you very much. You're lovely. Such a beautiful share. Thank you from M at Creative Roots, Portugal. I don't know if you guys have met before. But how lovely. And magically, and when I opened my eyes, there was a cup of coffee in a cup of nice milk. So I don't know where that
Fantastic. Time to wake up.
Yes. So our taxi's here. In fact, it's Car of the Week, as chosen by Colin. Aoife, thank you so much. Beautiful words. Thanks again. Yes, from Paris this morning. How about that? So hope you enjoyed that. It's always very interesting, isn't it, when we do something a little bit different, how people respond variously to that. And I think you've exported a bit of bliss from Central Portugal. Or emanated some bliss, because it stayed right where you are, and its tentacles have reached all around the world, as far as Paris, as far as we know, and maybe India as well, with the Naunu this morning. So thanks, Aoife. See you next month. All the best at the Suti Festival. Oh, she's gone already. Our taxi's here. It's the car video of the week. I can barely speak, so enjoy this, and we'll see you again tomorrow for Ask or Say Anything About Portugal Wednesday. I think it's the doc tomorrow, isn't it? Take care. Bye for now. Stay chilled and see you tonight if you're joining us for the Tuesday night social. Every time we get loaned a car from Toyota, Caetano Toyota, it rains.
It certainly does.
And it's really torrential. We're actually trapped in the car now, aren't we?
We certainly
Which
are.
gives us an opportunity to...
Give us a kiss.
No. So what do you think? You've had a chance to drive it.
Yeah, it drove very well. Along those quite windy roads, it was very settled and very nice car to drive, actually.
Yeah.
Very modern, very nice. Lots of beeps at me that I don't appreciate, but
Yeah, I thought it's like a bit like being in an operating theatre, wasn't it? With all, but you can turn the beeps off, can't you?
Yeah.
Some really nice styling and detailing in here, though, isn't it?
it's lovely.
Look at it.
Really
That
nice.
view there, that's beautiful. It's like a turbine, or a Rolls-Royce turbine.
Yeah. No,
Some nice lines, some very
it is
nice lines
lovely.
here.
It's well designed. Well designed car.
But this is not a family car, really, is it?
Well, it is. I
Yeah.
think we'll do the suitcase check in a
Oh,
minute.
okay, all right.
That's one of the reasons we're here.
Yeah,
to
okay,
do that.
right. I guess I'm a bit spoiled. We started out with the RAV4, didn't we?
Yes, we
which
did.
is very roomy and luxurious. Okay. What's going on up here? What's all this about?
Oh,
Bit of a panel here.
this is an SOS thing that
Oh, is it?
if you have an accident, it automatically rings Toyota for you.
Does it really? And they take care of things.
Yeah.
Wow. And as is normal, a laptop dashboard. It does owe a little bit of design kudos to Tesla, doesn't it? As we were sat inside a cafe having something to eat, we looked out and it's got those sort of Tesla lines. But I guess that it's the electric car look, isn't it?
Not so much. I mean, they're all now obsessed with aerodynamics. So, it's more aero to have this type of front.
Oh, okay.
So therefore, cars are going to look more or less the same.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. So netball still awaits us. Goodbye.